Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you're all doing good. Tonight we are going to be hanging out for a while, hour and a half-ish. I have a bunch of different things that I want to talk about tonight. Lots of things that have happened over the past few days that I either plan to make videos on or I haven't gotten a chance to yet. Lots of follow-ups to topics I've discussed in the past. You guys know I've talked about Ezra Miller a lot. We have a topic on him tonight. Johnny Depp, we have a topic on Johnny tonight, and Blizzard. So lots of like follow-ups to things that I've covered. So tonight we're going to be talking about Paramount Plus's CEO, no, the Paramount, CEO talking about Paramount Plus and how they will not remove old content that some may find offensive, saying it's all on demand. You don't have to watch anything you don't want to. And of course, this usually isn't how CEOs of companies act, primarily because they don't want to say anything that could potentially lose them customers, right? And when we look at streaming services, I feel like how do I say this in the nicest way possible? I feel like with streaming service CEOs and the people that run streaming services, they're kind of bitches. And they're willing to alter whatever they can for the audiences they have. If we look at something like Disney Plus, we see over the years since Disney Plus launched, they have added so many content warnings and like content labels onto things. We've seen them add, could be seen as offensive, could be seen as triggering, and then it'll say like adult content, and it's like they just keep adding more and more and more content warnings. And I don't think that those are necessarily bad to put like, hey, this might be sensitive to certain audiences and just leave it at that. But I mean, they just continue adding and adding and adding all of these different labels. And unfortunately, we do see services remove content that could be seen as offensive to specific people. Because, of course, we're living in the age of soft snowflakes. But this CEO has come out and basically said, you know, if you don't like it, don't watch it. But in the case of, hey, we're not going to cave into your demands, which we don't see happen a lot. We're going to be talking about Ezra Miller. Guys, I am so over talking about Ezra Miller at this point, primarily because Ezra Miller is a bit of a fuck. I think that that's the best way that I can put it. Ezra Miller continues to top Ezra Miller, okay? We hear about one thing that's bad and awful, and then the next day we hear about something that's 10 times worse, and we think that's gotta be it for Ezra, right? There's no way that Ezra can top Ezra, and Ezra continues to do so. I mean, oh, hello, Mesh. Please don't do that to the chair. Thank you. I just don't understand why these companies will not just come straight out and say, hey, we are done with Ezra. They have pushed the limits far too many times. But, I mean, if we look at Warner Brothers, they are still sticking by Ezra the same way that they are sticking by Amber even after lawsuits. So we're going to be talking about Ezra and how apparently an HBO Max series has been canceled because of Ezra Miller's behavior. Apparently, it seems that because of the behavior, it has forced Warner Brothers to, instead of work around Ezra's problems, just outright cancel a series. We are also going to be talking about Johnny, and how there has been a rumor floating around over the past few days that Johnny Depp was offered $300 million to return to the Pirates franchise. And I didn't cover that in a video because I thought it was bullshit. This was a rumor that like 2 months ago, we had heard something about that they were thinking about offering him hundreds of millions of dollars to return. I called bullshit then. And now that this rumor had kind of resurfaced, I called bullshit now. I understand that many people want Johnny back in Pirates. I want Johnny back in Pirates, but he outright said I will not return to this franchise, and I do not want to work with Disney again. And there was no way that they were going to offer him $300 million, right? That is a boatload of money, and I do think that he is worth a lot of money. But $300 million for one single actor, that is like they expect it to do like $2-3 billion. Okay, that is just an unrealistic, godly amount of money for an actor, especially where there are still people who don't like Johnny. Okay, I think it's ridiculous that people still do not like Johnny, but there are still people who do not like Johnny who still wouldn't watch it. But, yeah, now we're hearing, no, he is not returning. His PR team did speak out and make a brief statement on it. So we're going to talk about that. And we are also going to talk about Blizzard. Because Blizzard, another company that cannot seem to win, okay? They, for some reason, Blizzard just, I don't know what the fuck it is with Blizzard these days. But if they're not doing one thing behind the scenes, they're not pissing off they're not pissing off employees, then on the other hand, they're pissing off consumers. They do not know what the hell they're doing at their company anymore. And Blizzard, Blizzard, has claimed in internal and external investigations found no evidence of company-wide harassment issues. So basically, Blizzard cleared Blizzard. The fuck? Blizzard is saying that Blizzard didn't do anything wrong. Surely we should believe them, guys. So those are the topics we are going to discuss tonight. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope that your evening is going well. How's everyone doing? Yeah, Mesh was here. It's because she has these, like, yarn balls that she plays with, and she brought 3. Because apparently 1 wasn't enough. But I can't play right now. So I'll have to play with her after. She'll be okay. I was playing with her earlier. He is a living being of the Flash in a negative way. Beware of the cat. I can't blame Johnny for not wanting to come back. Oh no, I agree. I didn't think that he was going to return. I don't blame him for not wanting to return. Yes, as someone who would see another Pirates movie if he was in it, I am very disappointed to hear that he will not return. But, I mean, he said a few months ago that no matter what happened at the trial, he wasn't going to return, he wasn't going to be part of Pirates anymore, and he just wasn't interested in working with a company that was willing to fire him over accusations, which I totally and completely understand. So while it's disappointing, I wasn't expecting him to return. I'm sure he'll come out with many other movies in the near future that I am more than happy to support. If Blizzard says it's all on the level, that's enough for, huh? Blizzard is good for a turtle. Probably $300 million for a new trilogy. I'm gonna be honest, I think that if they could get Depp back for Pirates, it would be for one single movie to basically send off his character. It would be basically a movie to kill off his character, let's be honest. I think that if they were lucky, they could have gotten him for one more movie, but I never thought that he would return for another trilogy. I'm not trying to say that Pirates is a dead franchise by any means. I do not think that they could come out with another Pirates trilogy and have it make money at the end of the day. I think that, again, there would be many people who would watch it for Johnny, but I think that they would really only be able to tap into the existing fan base. I just do not think that there would be a way for them to make billions of dollars on a new Pirates trilogy. I do think that the last Pirates movie was pretty bad, and I do think that most people didn't like it, and that if a new Pirates film were to come out, people would go, well, I remember the last one and it wasn't great. And again, there's still people who do not like Depp out there. The Pirates movies got progressively worse, in my opinion. I agree. I also think that the Pirates movies got progressively worse. I loved 1 and I liked 2. And with every franchise I talk about, even in the shitty movies, TV series, there's still good moments. There's still things that I liked even out of the terrible movies and series. But I don't think that there would be a way to completely 180 Pirates from the last movie. I think that people would just look at Pirates and go, it's great that he's back. I'm going to support this movie to support him. But I don't think that it could revive the franchise, which ultimately, if they were offering him $300 million to do a trilogy, I think that that's what they would be expecting, that they would be able to, you know, invest a shit ton of money to hopefully revive a franchise that I don't think can be brought back to the level that 1 was. So, you know, it's kind of iffy. That's why I personally didn't believe the rumors when they were circulating, just because I feel like he's a guy who sticks to his word. Even if you don't like him, you have to give him that. And I mean, with the way that they treated him, I never really saw a way that they could convince him to come back. And obviously everyone likes money, right? Johnny Depp likes money. But it's more than just money to him. It's also about the way that they treated him. And if I was him, why the fuck would I want to sign a contract for multiple movies when they ditched him during the last fucking contract? So, I get it. I really do. I get why he would be not willing to return. Even if it is sad as a consumer, I would love to see another movie with him just to see the way that they would end his story. There's plenty of other Depp projects that I would much rather support. So, alright guys, let's get into the first topic at hand, which is going to be Paramount's CEO. Now, I talk a lot about streaming services on the channel. I talk a lot about CEOs running these shitty companies. And when it comes to content on streaming services, we have seen the people running these services kind of give in to outrage a little bit. They are willing to put any content warnings that a handful of people recommend. They are even, in some cases, willing to remove content that is bothersome and remove content that has, we'll call them controversial actors. I don't think that some of the people that have had their films removed from services are controversial. But I mean, look at Johnny Depp, right? All of Johnny Depp's movies completely disappeared from streaming services for quite a long time. A lot of them are back on services now. But Paramount Plus is a streaming service that, in my opinion, has never been very appealing. I've never really liked Paramount and Paramount Plus the service. But I do think that this is a really great statement. And I do think that it is a very, very positive situation. It says, amidst a current media environment where major studios have taken to memory holing any production that has even the slightest chance of specifically offending the most overtly sensitive of modern sensibilities, Paramount CEO Bob Bakish has made it clear that his company's Paramount Plus service will not be engaging in this practice. It says he broached the topic of his studio's historical catalog while fielding questions from The Guardian regarding recent rumors that Paramount may be interested in purchasing and subsequently privatizing local British broadcaster Channel 4, all of which he ultimately declined to comment on. By definition, you have some things that were made in a different time and reflect different sensibilities, he told the outlet. I don't believe in censoring art that was made historically. That's probably a mistake, which I do definitely, I do definitely love this statement. I don't think that content should be completely erased from the face of this fucking earth, because there are soft snowflakes now that do not like it, who say it is offensive now, even though it wasn't offensive when it was originally made. I think that putting a simple content warning is fine at the end of the day. Of course, we do see them bow down to outrage a lot of the time, but I do agree with this. I don't believe in censoring art that was made historically, and I don't think that this is a bad statement. And of course, I'm sure that there are people on social media who are furious with this. I didn't see any specific outrage, right? But I am sure that there are a lot of people on Twitter who were screeching and reeing about this, who were pissed that he said this. But I think that this is a pretty fucking solid statement. Addressing audience members who may at any time feel compelled to call for a forgiven piece of content to be outright removed from availability, he added, "It's all on demand. You don't have to watch anything you don't want to," which again I think is a interesting statement to make, just because I personally have seen this argument of you don't have to watch it if you don't like it used in a positive and a negative way. I do think that yes, it is fine that content exists that not everybody likes, but at the same time, we have seen social justice warriors say if you don't like it, don't watch it, in regards to something like The Last Jedi, where they feel like, oh, it's okay that they completely fucked up the franchise because you don't have to like it if you don't watch it. So I feel like it is one of those statements that can go both ways. I do see the positive and the negatives of just saying if you don't like it, don't watch it. In this case, of course, with my kind of opinion on this situation, I think that it's a good statement saying, you know, it's simply that it's on demand. It's not like anyone's forcing you to watch it. But I do also think it's an iffy statement in general. It says, as noted above, his outlook towards the ever-changing tides of offense and culture acceptability marks him as a noted outlier among his competitors, who in contrast have no qualms with buckling to public pressure at even the slightest hint of outrage, which is very true. I mean, if we look at something like Disney Plus, like Netflix, they are, in a lot of cases, willing to remove shows, movies, comedy specials that people do not like. Yes, I do have to say, when it comes to Netflix, they do have positive situations, like with Dave Chappelle. You know, they didn't remove Dave Chappelle's specials. They signed more contracts with him. They wanted to work more with him in the future. But at the same time, I don't want to just turn around and say that they've never removed any content and they're doing good right now, because they also haven't done good many, many times in the past. It says, in 2020, Netflix removed a scene from the 9th episode of The Office's 9th season, Dwight Christmas, and the entirety of the 14th episode of Community's 2nd season after some viewers took offense to each episode's respective blackface jokes, neither of which endorsed the act, but rather drew their humor from how certain characters were ignorant to the fact that it is still highly offensive. This is the thing, is that of course, this episode was made. People weren't, I'm sure that there were people when it was released who were like, it's really just bland humor. I think that it's stupid that you put this in the show. But ultimately it wasn't people screaming, I'm gonna boycott your service if you don't remove it. And now we're seeing kind of a change in that. Thank you, Christopher, for the $20 super chat. Would love to see you on something like Simpcast. Love your content. Glad I found your channel. Well, much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. I've never really been invited on any other panel shows, which is, it is what it is. I'm friends with a lot of creators, but I've never really been invited on any other show. So maybe one day in the future, who knows? But thank you for the $20 super chat. In light of this outrage, Tina Fey also requested that multiple episodes of her sitcom 30 Rock, which featured similar jokes centered on the concept of blackface, be removed from any and all streaming services. Of course, celebrities being celebrities, thinking that this is going to gain them social points. I think that these people need to ultimately realize that you're not really gaining any social points by having this content removed. It was made years ago. People got a good laugh out of it. Does that mean that in 5 years, all content has to be removed? It's like, oh, after something's been on the internet, been on a streaming service, after something was created, after 5 years, we have to re-look into it. We have to, what's the term I'm looking for? Like, we have to investigate it to make sure that it's still with the times? No, of course not. I think that is fucking absurd. Later that same year, popular Cartoon Network programming, Block Adult Swim, announced that they had permanently retired multiple episodes of across their various series, including the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Shake Like Me, in which Master Shake gradually begins to turn into a stereotypical black person after being bitten by a radioactive black man. Again, it's the situation where content that could have, that could have been funny then can't exist now. Disney Plus may be the notorious offender when it comes to this practice, having removed numerous episodes of multiple series from their platform, things like Fantastic Four, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I mean, it gets to a point where it's absurd. Of course, it's fucking absurd, right? It's like, again, just because something might be seen as offensive to some people today, that doesn't mean that it was when it was created, and that's what we should be focusing on, right? If something was created 10 years ago, 20 years ago, do we really have to look into it, investigate it to make sure it's with the times of today? No, I think that takes a lot more time, a lot more money. I would rather new content come out and continue to see new content releasing than going back to edit something that 5 people are watching. So that's the situation with the Paramount CEO. He did say the streaming service will not remove old content that some may find offensive, and I think that this is a great statement to make. I think that this is something great that other streaming service, leaders, other streaming services in general, other CEOs should follow. I think that this is the way that they should act, but of course, we know that is too good to be true, and they're too worried about getting canceled, and they think that this is going to earn them social points, when ultimately, it's not going to. So that's all that I had to talk about with that topic, and we'll move into the next one in a minute or two. They removed episodes of The Simpsons. Yep, that's another situation. Also, with voice actors, right? There are people that have been voice actors for characters for 15, 20 years. And then, oh no, people now say it's offensive. So they remove episodes, they edit episodes, they hide the character away, they fire people. Sometimes the voice actors step down. And we end up with situations like Apu. But yeah, I mean, it's true. They removed episodes of The Simpsons as well. I feel like unfortunately, I feel like most shows that have edgier humor, something or another's been edited. Everything from the past must be brought up to date for modern audiences. I mean, that's the way that people act, is that's what they care about the most, right? Which is absurd. I don't watch something that was made 10, 15, 20 years ago and go, oh my god, that's so offensive now. Why the fuck would anyone do that? But, I mean, it happens. It happens. I think they know you're a murderer, so they don't invite you. That must be it. I'm kind of surprised all the other pop channels aren't inviting Vera on. It is what it is. I just do my own thing, and if I'm invited, I'm invited. Thank God South Park is still South Park. Well, even with South Park, right, we've seen them not stay 100% in their standpoint. We've seen episodes of South Park be removed from services before because they were deemed as too offensive. That's also a problem, is that while yes, South Park still stays generally the same that they always were, there's still topics they don't want to touch on. There's still episodes that have been removed from online catalogs. That is a problem with not having actual physical media, is that I could have, it's like with, I was thinking of something specific and then it slipped my mind. But that's the thing with not having physical media, right? Is that it's not like you own a whole season of a show that can't be edited. Anything online can be fucking edited. So yeah. Yep, South Park has cut episodes. Many less episodes than maybe you'd think, just because I feel like in 2022 all of South Park could be canceled, right? Every fucking episode could be removed off the face of this earth, because anything they release could be deemed as offensive. But I mean, South Park still does touch on edgier jokes, humor, topics, situations, but there have been episodes of that as well that have been kind of edited, altered, in some cases erased. Today's writing is a lack of creativity with the mindset to right the wrongs of the past. Classic here I come to save the day mentality. Oh yeah, 100%, which I think is fucking absurd. I'm sure most of you think is absurd as well. Buy physical media if you can. Eventually everything is going to be edited. That's the way that I feel. Unfortunately, physical media is expensive. Some things are harder to find. I still try to buy as much physical media as I can, though. Thank you, Mr. Waifu Taker, for the CA10. I've really been getting into physical media. I've been buying anime and manga and also classic games like a Coke habit. These include fan service series, games that are delisted, and my favorites. Well, awesome. That is a great thing to do. That is what I suggest to most people, is if you really love something, buy physical copies of it, whether it's books, games, movies, TV series, whatever it may be. Do your best to get a physical copy of it so that one day if they decide to fuck it up, you will still have that product that you loved. Alright guys, so let's move into the second topic of the evening, which is going to be Warner Brothers and Ezra Miller. Now, I'm fucking sick and tired of Ezra Miller being a little bitch. I think that that's the best way that I can put it. Because Ezra Miller, loves to top Ezra Miller. One thing happens, you think, wow, that's really shitty. I can't believe Ezra did that. Next day, everything's fine. 2 days later, though, boom, Ezra Miller tops themselves. Something else that they do makes headlines, is the news, the talk of the town. Fucked up. A week later, something else. I mean, it's constantly Ezra Miller topping Ezra Miller. Now, I'd like to be the unique girl here, okay? I'm the pick-me tonight, because I have always stood by the fact that I do not like Ezra. There were some of you guys saying, how could you not like Ezra? Ezra's not a bad actor. I have never stanned Ezra, okay? And I'd like an apology from all of you, because I was never an Ezra simp, and I'm really glad that I was never an Ezra simp. But Warner Brothers has been rumored to be canceling an HBO Max series with Ezra's The Flash. Now, I don't think at this point they're going to work with Ezra really again. I think that the Flash movie is already filmed. They will not recast Ezra now. But I think that after the Flash releases, I don't think that they're going to work with Ezra anymore. My problem is the fact that they are too stupid to come out and say we're not working with Ezra anymore, because they don't want drama. You'd think that at this point, with all of the accusations and all of the things that have come out about Ezra, that they'd want to distance themselves from him. Oh, they distance themselves from Depp, but not from Ezra. But they have not yet. And I think that, unfortunately, like with Amber, they're going to slip silently into the night. With Amber, I don't think that they're going to ever say we're not working with Amber anymore. They're going to stay pretty silent. They'll release Aquaman 2. She'll probably be in it. And then after that, she's just not going to be in another movie that they make for a while. Same thing with Ezra. I think that maybe in 10 years they'll work with Ezra again, right? I don't think that we're going to see Ezra in any products, any content, except for The Flash. But it says, as the Flash star Ezra Miller's string of very public bad behavior continues to unfold. I hate the media that says this, guys. Very public bad behavior. Bad behavior would be like... I'm trying to think of shit that Ezra would do that would just be bad behavior, right? Bad behavior would be like he promised to donate money to a children's organization that he just didn't donate, right? Like, that's bad. That's bad for your public image. He is doing straight up illegal fucking shit. That should not be classified as bad behavior, okay? Bad behavior is like being on the set of a movie and just acting like a stuck-up Hollywood prick. That's bad behavior. He's doing illegal shit over here. That's another level. And this is what the media does, of course. The media that wants to continue to get inside scoops and want to still, work with companies. This is what they do. It's just bad behavior. This is not just bad behavior. But it says Warner Brothers is rumored to be making some major changes. Allegedly, a series that would have featured Miller's Scarlet Speedster has been axed due to the actor's antics. We don't know what's going to happen with the Flash movie specifically. They actually have Sasha... What's her name? Her last name starts with a C. She plays Supergirl in the Flash movie. We know that she's kind of started doing press interviews to prepare for the Flash, but besides that we haven't really seen anything on this movie. But it's really no surprise to hear that they are axing projects that are not publicly announced yet with Ezra in them. Because why the fuck would they want to go ahead with projects in the near future? Why would they want to greenlight projects and just have them end up being like The Flash, okay? This Flash movie was supposed to be out years ago at this point. Ezra was supposed to be the DCEU's face. Okay, they gave up Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, all for fucking Ezra over here to be a dickhead. It says DC Universe fans, no, not Melissa, Sasha Calle, I think that's her name. She is the new Supergirl in the DCEU, in the Flash movie. It says DC Universe fans have been calling for Warner Brothers to recast the role of the Flash following Miller's multiple assault charges and recent allegations that they groomed and abused a young girl. However, with the upcoming The Flash standalone film already shot and its theatrical debut date set, Warner Brothers seems to be in a tough spot in regard to recasting the starring role, but Miller might not play the character moving forward. I think what they need to do is just put this movie on a shelf and never release it. Honestly, I don't see a way that they can release this movie and it's not going to damage Warner Brothers' reputation, damage the other actors' reputation, and not lose them money. There is no way possible that this movie is going to make them money at this rate, okay? Ezra has pissed off literally everyone that they can piss off at this point. DCEU diehard fans hate Ezra because of all of the accusations, because of all of the arrests, right? DCEU fans think that Ezra should be fired. And then people who aren't even super DCEU fans are like, ew, why would you want to support someone so controversial? It makes no sense why they're still going ahead with this movie, except for, oh, hey, we need money, right? Like, I understand that at the end of the day they need money, they're a company, but it's like they view it as, well, we've already sunk so much money into this, we might as well just release it. But it's not even done as far as we know. There were still reshoots that they were supposedly doing. They weren't sure when they were even going to release it. There's rumors that they're going to delay it another time. I mean, that is like, what, the 8th fucking delay at this point? Holy mother of pearl. It's like, okay, 1 delay, sad, but alright. 2 delays, alright, sad, but okay. 7, 8 delays, just scrap it. Just erase the files, burn the costumes, get rid of the sets, just be done at this point. It says, Lucifer actress Caroline Kwan, recently revealed via Twitter that a close friend of hers had been attached to an 8-episode project that was in the works that was supposed to include Miller. However, following all of the controversy around the Flash star, the developing project was scrapped. It's been assumed that this project was supposed to be an HBO Max series that Miller was likely to appear in a supporting role alongside some other DC Universe characters, and they since deleted the tweet that she made about Miller, where she referred to the actor as a nightmare. She probably was told by one of her PR people, probably one of her reps, hey, you should probably delete that post. You probably shouldn't keep that up. You know, because we fucking know that the people running Hollywood hate when you tattletale, when you actually are transparent with consumers. I mean, this obviously is sad to hear for the people who were part of this project, because you know, stars sign for projects, then they don't take anything else. So we don't know when this was supposed to film, if it started filming, if it was in pre-production or not. Whatever the case may be, it sucks for the individuals who were being hired for it and who were a part of it, because they probably skipped opportunities to be part of this 8-part HBO series that now is not even going to see the light of day. I understand why they're not doing this, though, because it's not going to make them money, okay? For the next 10 goddamn years, at least, we're not going to hear Ezra's name without thinking of all of this controversy. The choke slamming the woman in public, the KKK video, the 2 arrests, the grooming accusations, the restraining orders, the assaults, apparently bringing a minor across state lines. I mean, it just doesn't fucking end with Ezra, okay? At this point, Ezra could murder someone, and Warner Brothers would be, I quiet, I sleep, I don't see anything. Too fast for me to see, right? Like, I feel at this point there's nothing that Ezra could do where Warner Brothers would outright be like, yeah, we're done with Ezra. Because Warner is silent. Warner, with fucking child grooming accusations and arrests, I sleep. I know, see nothing. It's ridiculous. It's funny because it's so absurd. I'm not laughing because of the arrests and the accusations. I'm not laughing because of that. I'm laughing because get your fucking shit together, Warner. Holy. I mean, come on. But this isn't really surprising to hear. I understand that the rep that they worked with was probably like, you should probably delete this tweet. But we already knew that Ezra was a nightmare to work with. I will pay for a movie. I will buy a movie ticket or pay for a month of a streaming service if they will put Amber and Ezra in a show or a movie where they are like a couple, where they're like lovers, they're a couple, and they are just batshit crazy, okay? I don't care what the plot is, I will legitimately pay for a $20 movie ticket to see that. That is entertainment. You have 2 crazy ass losers in a show or a movie together being crazy. I would watch that. I'm just being honest. I'm transparent with my audience. I would pay for a movie ticket for that. It says with the release date for the upcoming Flash film set for June 2023, who knows? Joker and Harley, the action. That would be the shit. I'm sorry. I would fucking watch that. I would fucking watch that. I don't care what it would be. I'd buy the movie ticket. With the release date for the upcoming Flash movie set for June 2023, it seems that all this controversy might make the film's theatrical debut a nightmare for Warner Brothers. The studio has already been struggling to keep itself afloat amid the Amber Heard trial drama and the many cancellations of other projects in early production, like the Wonder Twins movie that was supposed to star Riverdale actor KJ Apa before it was axed. Did anyone really care about the Wonder Twins movie? That would be my first question, because I don't think that anyone was really wanting this to be a thing. But it says the last thing Warner Bros. Needs is more negative publicity, but that's all it seems to be raking in lately. Yeah, because there's only dipshits running Warner at this point. We're not talking about, like, one thing or two things.
Ezra Miller donated $10. Why can't you be nice to me instead of mean? There is nothing wrong with me. I'm just misunderstood.
Thank you, Ezra, for the $10 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. What was I saying? Anyway, it's because of the dumbasses running Warner Brothers. That's why they're gaining so much negative publicity. It says, with the future of the Flash in the DC universe still a blur, a recast or a decision to completely shelve the character going forward are both possible outcomes. Although nothing has been confirmed nor denied yet, things will definitely become more clear when the Flash's 2023 date release comes closer. I think they need to just shelve it. I don't think that there is any way that they can finish this movie. I think if they release this movie, it is not only going to look terrible for them, it's not going to make money, and the money that they're spending to finish the film is just going to be wasted. So that's all that I had to talk about with that, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in chat. I'll read chat for a minute before we move into the next topic. The plot would be them running from lawyers serving court papers. Honestly, I would watch. Warner Brothers would cut Ezra if he all of a sudden became a conservative? Probably, because that's how Warner Brothers is. That's how most companies are. Dang, Ezra could be speaking for me. Oh no. He's on to us. No one is safe now. All the laughing. Yup. Thanks, Ezra. That's an insult to both the Joker and Harley Quinn, to be honest. Yeah, I do kind of agree. But, they could play them. They're fucking crazy. I just don't understand why these people still expect to have a career. Like, these people think that no matter what they do, they're untouchable. Like, nothing bad could happen to them. Eventually, Warner is going to hit a point where they're like, enough is enough. Now, that line seems to be not anywhere close, because there's been no confirmation of them actually being kicked off of projects. But eventually it's gonna happen. Who knows when, though? Who's dumber, the dumbasses at Warner Brothers or the ones at the House of Mouse? I feel like I'd have to say Warner Brothers because of all of the very serious accusations with their actors. I think that is the difference, is that Disney has fucked up in terms of content, but Warner Brothers has fucked up in terms of content and also the actors that they are publicly backing. So I think that it'd have to be Warner Brothers. I don't know. I think that they're all shitty. It's hard to judge shit compared to shit, you know? They're all just bad. Guys, I think that Warner can still save their image. Even though that would be hard. I am not saying that it would be an easy task. It would be easy for them to do. I think they still could if they fired Amber, fired Ezra, were very public about it, and scrapped projects they were in, and moved on. I think, and I'm just being honest here, I think if they brought Henry Cavill back to the DCEU and they fired Ezra, I think that all would be forgotten with Ezra. And also Amber, because they're both part of the DCEU. I think that if they fired Amber, fired Ezra, brought Henry Cavill back, maybe even got Ben Affleck back, that would be double good. But I think that if they could get Henry Cavill back, even if it was for one movie, I think people would forget. I think that their reputation would be fixed. So, I don't know, but maybe not. I'm not saying that I would completely forget everything, but I think that average consumers would be like, yeah, that's good enough for me. And I'm just being realistic here. I don't expect everyone to hold grudges forever. I feel like it's pretty impossible for people to hold grudges for long amounts of time. But I think that if they brought Henry Cavill back, people would be happy. And people would show up to buy tickets to their movies and pay for their subscription services. I would love to see Henry and Ben back. I agree. I really loved them. I liked their characters and the way that they played their characters, and that's just me. I know that there are some people that are critical of them. I don't know why, but I'm not one of those people. I would much rather have them than an Amber and an Ezra any fucking day for the rest of my life. Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa could sell any movie. I disagree. I don't think that Jason Momoa could sell any movie. I think that if they were together, they could do a great job and make a movie that could sell. I don't think that Jason Momoa has the strength of a Henry Cavill in regards to a box office. I like Jason Momoa. I do. I think that he plays Aquaman very, very well. I just feel like most people would choose, if you could have one, I think that a lot of people would choose Henry Cavill over Jason Momoa. I know that I would choose Henry Cavill over Jason Momoa. So, yeah. The first studio to go back to just creating good entertainment would reign supreme. Oh yeah, I 100% agree. We know that that doesn't happen anymore, though. We know that that doesn't happen. We're lucky if we get one good piece of content out of these companies now every fucking couple of years. Momoa has gotten stale, I agree. I refuse to watch anything with Momoa. The problem with him is that he flip-flops, right? He flip-flopped with Amber multiple times at this point. He at first was supporting her, and then he stopped supporting her, and then he supported, and it's like, I don't want to have to look at an actor and go, who are you supporting today? What are you doing today? Alright guys, next this is another sad topic. We're going to talk about Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Very sad. Very sad. Understandable. I expected it, but very sad. Okay? I don't want this to happen. I want to see Johnny back. I would love to see Johnny back. I am a lover of Pirates of the Caribbean. I am someone who has liked Johnny Depp for a very long time. But, well, I didn't think that this rumor was true. So I guess my disappointment was a bit reined in. So over the past few months, we've heard rumors floating around that Johnny was in talks to return to Pirates. And while at first I think a lot of people believed it, thought that it was possible, during the trial, Johnny had said that he wouldn't work with Disney again. He would not return to this franchise, no matter how much money they paid him. And after that point, I believed, you know what, he's stuck to his word over the years. He's done what he intended, and he's never been someone who's been flippy-floppy. And I don't think that it's bad he doesn't want to return and work with this company, but over the past, I think it's been about a week now, there's been a rumor floating around that they were allegedly trying to get him back for another Pirates movie, and they were offering him $301 million to return for a Pirates movie, which sounded absurd because the rumor wasn't that that was for a trilogy, that was for one single movie, which they have money to blow. They don't have that much fucking money to blow. And now there's been statements made that it is a false rumor and that no, Johnny is not returning to the franchise. So it says a ridiculous rumor recently spread through the internet, riding the wave of starry-eyed fandom in the wake of the Depp and Heard trial, which sparked a deluge of support from the former Pirates of the Caribbean star. The rumor states that Depp is set to return to his most iconic role as Captain Jack Sparrow for no less than $301 million. The rumor also hinted that a Disney Plus series might be in the works that would explore the early years of Jack Sparrow, despite Depp currently being 59 years old. I do think that they could have probably de-aged him, but I don't think that that's the direction that people would have wanted to see. Now, if he was part of this franchise and he was working with Disney, I think, fuck yeah, that sounds like a cool idea, because even though they would have to pick another actor, he would potentially be able to give that actor tips and hints and help behind the scenes, kind of coach that actor. I think that that could have been great. But since he's not working with Disney, any talk about, you know, a younger Jack Sparrow series sounds absurd and sounds like something I would not support. Now, we would all love to believe that he would return to this franchise. We would all love to see Johnny return as Jack Sparrow. He is Captain Jack Sparrow. I don't think that there's anyone who could play Captain Jack Sparrow the way that he has and the way that he could. And we would all love to believe that he would return to this franchise, especially after a massive, massive win like the Heard and Depp trial. But he said during the trial, I will not return to Pirates, and I believe him. It's sad. It sucks. I believed it. And when this rumor started circulating a week ago, the reason why I didn't make a video on it was because I did not believe that there was any way that it was true. A lot of times I talk about rumors because I believe them. There's rumors that release that sound believable, that sound legitimate. This didn't sound believable. It didn't sound legitimate to me. It says, as amusing as it would be to watch an aging Depp play the younger version of a role that he has been phoning in for the last at least 2 films, the rumor is just not true. $301 million is an insane figure equal to the entire budget of Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, not a cheap film. Indeed, Davy Jones still holds up as one of the most convincing CGI creations ever put on screen. I agree. I feel like, how much did this make, by the way? I don't think that it says. Let me look up how much At World's End made. I feel like visually, it was a great fucking movie. It made $960 million at the box office. So right under $1 billion. What's the user score for it? This was the one that I feel you either loved or you hated. I didn't completely hate it. There were moments I liked. There were moments I liked. I really liked Elizabeth Swann. She was a true fucking strong, independent female. I loved her. Let me look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. 44% critic and a 72% audience. Yeah, a 72 isn't great, but it's not terrible. I see that. It says before he was fired from the franchise, he was reportedly due to earn $22.5 million for his 6th appearance as Jack Sparrow. He received $50 million for the 3rd film At World's End during the peak of his popularity. Even Depp thought he was being overpaid for his work in the franchise in a 2011 interview with Vanity Fair. I mean, $50 million was a lot. $50 million was a lot. That's a giant chunk of the budget that they had. Now, I think that yes, as movies go on, as franchises go on, and you continue to be hired for movies, yeah, you should be paid more and more when you're a lead actor. But 50 mil's a lot. It said, he said, basically, if they're going to pay me the stupid money right now, I'm going to take it. Hence, it's ludicrous to think that Disney would pay any actor that amount of money, let alone one that has proven to be such a liability on set. After all, of course, Forbes, very hit or miss, Depp is soon due for another appearance in court after being accused of punching a crew member. This is the problem with Forbes, is that they're calling Johnny Depp a liability on set, yet they say nothing fucking bad about Amber. Nothing bad about Amber! Be fair or shut the fuck up. Hence, it's ludicrous, as I read, not to mention the casting of Depp in any high-profile role is going to be viewed as an inherently political statement in the wake of the deeply divisive trial between him and Amber Heard. Presumably, the last thing Disney wants to do is to get involved in another senseless culture war. Oh, yeah, that's totally it. Depp being in any sort of upcoming high-profile movie, it's going to be viewed as a political statement. Yet, when Amber is hired for a movie, surely it's not. Forbes. This is a problem that I have. They're saying it's a political statement that they put him in a movie, but yet they mention it not being... They could have simply said here that it would be inherently a political statement to include either of the actors in a high-profile movie. I think that would have been a more acceptable statement, but of course they didn't. It says, in fact, the $301 million seems to be a direct reference to a famous moment from the trial in which Heard's attorney asked the actor, the fact is, Mr. Depp, if Disney came to you with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film, correct? And he replied, that is true. So this was a rumor that a lot of people believed because they want to believe that Depp could return as this fan favorite character. Lots of reasons why I didn't believe it. I don't think that he'll ever return as Jack Sparrow. I would love it. I would love for him to return, but I would rather him not deal with shitty Disney again. Especially after they ditched him at the sight of any accusations years ago. If they had stuck by him for a while and eventually said, you know, we're going to scrap this project for now, but after the lawsuit, if you win, we'll continue it, I would have been maybe more so understanding with that. But that's not what happened. They just completely fucking ditched him. They kicked him to the curb. And it's hard because on one hand, I want to say that I would 100% support a Pirates of the Caribbean movie if Depp was in it. But at the same time, I also want to view it as fuck Disney because they kicked him off of the franchise years ago when they should have stuck by him. So it's like I want to support him because he would be in it, but I also don't want to support the movie because it's Disney. I think I ultimately would support it because he's in it and because it would be great to see him in it. But yeah, that rumor is false. It is not true. But yeah. In a statement made to NBC News, a representative for Depp responded to the rumor stating, this is made up. So, another rumor bites the dust. It is not true. Do not get excited because Depp, as far as we know right now, is still not returning to Pirates of the Caribbean, especially for $300 million. I respect him more for not returning. I agree. I think that it's definitely probably hard for him to not return because I'm sure that he wants to return, right? People know him for playing Jack Sparrow. He had said that he wanted to return initially to do one more film. He was hopeful that he would get one more film. But yeah, respect for not returning. Next, guys, we're going to move into the final topic of the evening. I am going to be doing a video on another Blizzard topic tomorrow, so I'm not really going to read this article, but there was a discovery of a new mechanic in Diablo Immortal that means getting fully geared would cost $540,000. Just a casual $500,000. Just a casual $500,000. Ah, you guys don't have $500,000? I may have a cell phone, but I don't have $500,000 to spend on a shitty mobile game. So I'll have a video on that tomorrow. But I want to talk about Blizzard clearing Blizzard. Seems very fair. I trust Blizzard. I trust Blizzard. I bet you do. I trust Blizzard too. They know what they're talking about. Over $500,000. Yep. Over $500,000 for a shitty mobile game. Yeah, that's gonna be a fucking yikes from me. I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea. I don't know why they thought people would spend that. But they did. I wish that I didn't have to talk about, you know, I wish in a way I didn't have to talk about a company being so fucking greedy that they expect people, where'd the fucking music go? To spend $500,000 on their fucking game. But they do expect people to spend $500,000 on their game. Modman, that joke has already been told many times here. But A for effort. Or you could play it for 16 years like a full-time job. True. Do you guys want me to become a Diablo Immortal streamer? No pay to win. Just, you know, the next 16 years of my goddamn life playing Diablo Immortal? If I'm lucky. I might be in the top 5% of players. Alright guys, so final topic of the evening. Now, I've over the months covered Blizzard's lawsuits, the accusations made against Blizzard in regards to the company-wide harassment issues that they faced. Basically, my stance in the past is that while there may be 100 accusations made against them, only 10 of them might be true, but it doesn't fucking matter because not even one of them should be true. So either way, they have to be guilty of something. That's the way that I look at it. It's just the way that it goes. But Blizzard has claimed that an internal and an external investigation have found no evidence of company-wide harassment issues, meaning Blizzard has cleared Blizzard of these accusations. It says, an internal and external investigation of Activision Blizzard have concluded that despite the numerous allegations levied against them, there was no widespread harassment or discrimination within the community. Now, yes, an external investigation had to be done, but the way that this is worded is like it was all done at once, which clearly that means that there could be bias there. It says, Blizzard announced these conclusions on June 16th across 2 separate documents filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, both containing the exact same report, but individually required for 2 separate areas of clerical record keeping, wherein they detailed the efforts they had taken to conduct a review of workplace issues. So, it clearly was just the same exact investigation, just refiled. That's suspicious. It says the allegations in media and legal filings about our company were as distressing to us as they were to all of you. That is a fucking cap. Put a moon kappa in chat because that is a fucking cap. The board resolved that we would dig into these issues directly, go where the facts took us, and that our work would be supplemented and informed by independent investigation and analysis conducted with the assistance of well-respected, experienced outside experts with deep subject matter expertise. Building and fostering an inclusive and welcoming workplace is an ongoing journey that must be top of mind for us each and every day, they continued. Each of us has a duty to bring our best selves to work and to create an environment where our colleagues feel respected, appreciated, and inspired. Now, yes, there should be a welcoming workplace. And they're talking about how there's no evidence of widespread harassment issues. What about the 99 other things that they were accused of? What about the unfair pay? What about people getting more opportunities because of their gender? Those are not directly harassment issues. So what about all of those issues? What we have come to realize over the past several months is that there are many truths about our company, individual and collective, experimental and data-driven, and sometimes they can be difficult to reconcile. For any individual who ever experienced inappropriate workplace conduct, best-in-class policies and data showing progress provide little comfort. Indeed, a single instance of someone feeling diminished at Activision Blizzard is too many. But I thought that there weren't harassment issues. So, there were not harassment issues at Blizzard, but there were people who experienced inappropriate workplace conduct? Huh? Okay, Blizzard. Over the past... Listen. Listen. Okay, Blizz. Over the past several years, Blizzard has taken progressively stronger, more decisive, and coordinated steps to reinforce a culture across the company and individual business units that reflects the diversity of the audiences we serve, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I can't read about this diversity and inclusivity. Those things are great, but either do it or shut the fuck up. Where necessary, we change leadership. You changed one person in leadership, okay? That, to me, isn't enough, but okay. Centralized capabilities, added new tools and personnel, all with the goal of evolving and improving our workplace to attract and retain talent in an increasingly competitive environment. It says, to this end, Blizzard conceded, while we made meaningful progress like many large companies, there was more we could have accomplished. Since 2018, we began engaging in good faith with both the Federal Equal Employment Opportunities Commission, the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. It says, the company engaged in a wide-ranging team of advisors to assist in this effort, from law firms to experts to workplace issues. Guys, my one thing that Chris said, why apologize if you're cleared? That's the way that I view it, right? Why the fuck are you going to apologize if you've been cleared? It says, based on his review, Mr. Casellas concluded that there was no widespread harassment, pattern, or practice of harassment, or systemic harassment. This is my problem, right? Is that this individual concluded that there was no widespread harassment, pattern, or practice of harassment. So how can you say that there was no... How can both be true, right? Because clearly there were accusations made, clearly there were situations that happened, and you're still fucking apologizing. So while there might not have been widespread harassment, that doesn't mean that there was no harassment. You know, to them, when they've got, 20,000 employees, 5 instances of harassment isn't technically widespread harassment. It's not a pattern of harassment, but it's still harassment nonetheless. Is that just me? They additionally noted that Casellas had also concluded that based on the volume of reports, the amount of misconduct reflected is Wait a damn minute! I thought you just fucking said there was no harassment, but now you're saying that the amount of misconduct I'm sorry. The amount of misconduct reflected is comparatively low. Ah, so your story's changed like 5 times. So, is there harassment or is there not? Is it... Because if there's no harassment, how can the harassment amount be low? Because that means that there's still harassment. I'm seeing a lot of plot holes in this story. I'm seeing a lot of issues here with this story. Oh boy. Alongside these findings, Blizzard informed investors that under the close supervision of the board, the company has implemented a series of comprehensive reforms and improvements across the company in furtherance of our commitment to elevate the company to the best practices. The company also noted that they had quadrupled the size of Blizzard's ethics and compliance team since July 2021. I mean, yeah. You guys I've already talked about this, but implemented policies, drug and alcohol policies for sponsored events, and zero tolerance for alcohol consumption in the workplace. Yeah, I don't believe Blizzard. Basically, guys, Blizzard is clearing Blizzard of any wrongdoing. Blizzard is saying that Blizzard did nothing wrong, and I don't fucking buy it. But guys, those are the topics I had to discuss tonight. I'm gonna hang out for another 10 or so minutes. If you have any questions or topics, feel free to leave them in chat. But thanks for being here. Basically, yeah, Blizzard is claiming that there's no evidence of company-wide harassment issues, but that doesn't mean that there are no harassment issues. Yeah, if you weren't doing anything wrong, what do you need to improve? That's the way that I see it, right? If they've done nothing fucking wrong, don't fucking apologize. Don't change all this shit if there's nothing wrong. It's like, if the cancel culture mob comes for you, why the fuck are you going to apologize if you didn't do anything wrong? Can you play Subnautica for us? I have already played Subnautica 1 and 2 on the channel. How much did Blizzard pay for this article? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I mean, all of this harassment is just pound Me Too nonsense? Yeah. It's just a fucking yikes for me. That statement cost Blizzard tens of thousands of dollars in lawyers' fees to produce. Yup. Actually true. Oh, did you guys hear about Persona? They're putting Persona 3, 4, and 5 on Switch. I wonder if they're going to have a localization team or not. I wonder if they're going to choose new translators and localizers. I guess we'll see. I'm so sick of localizers just being generally bad people. Like, I don't... Like, with the Katrina situation that I've talked about in videos, you know, she was just hired to do a job. Yes, she has been very vocal about how she wants things to be new and... What is this? What the fuck, advertisement? I'm trying to click on your goddamn ad! Click! What the fuck is... What's the point of paid advertisement if I can't click an ad? Anyway, when it comes to localizers, while yes, they were just paid to do a job, they also shoved their political opinions into their jobs. What was that thing called? I'm gonna type in the Ninja Creamer. Oh, that's what it was. Cream Eye. Either way, it's creaming. $300! Do I look like I'm made of money? Ooh, $30 off, though. 10% off as well. Now we're talking. It's like, come on! Why are you gonna put a goddamn advertisement on my screen if I can't click the goddamn advertisement? It's like, just stop! Don't, if you're gonna put ads, at least let me click the one in a fucking million that I actually want to see. Turns, that is bad wording. Turns almost anything into ice cream, sorbet, milkshakes, and more. That is very dangerous wording. That is... Sure. Whatever you say. Outriders is trending on Twitter, chat. Oh, God. Is this gonna get me copyright struck? It just seems so bad.
There's gonna be no need for someone like me here.
Maybe the old you, Outrider. You get to build the future. Don't waste it.
We thought we escaped the apocalypse. But we
Guys,
were
I don't
wrong.
want to stream this. I really don't.
The mountains are
I
filled
really
with
don't.
abominations, and the anomaly storms get bigger every
I know you guys have asked me, but
We don't have much time left.
Guys,
We are the evolution chosen by
I just don't want to play it.
storm to ravage the planet. And then there will be so many more of us.
Brush your teeth, lady. Holy shit. 99 cents at Target for a toothbrush. New campaign, new gear, new progression, new endgame. Buy now. How much is it?
It's time I end this war.
How much is it? I don't own the stupid base, bitch ass. Because I fucking because I don't own because I played it on Game Pass. So you're telling me I'd have to spend more? $53 for a DLC? It's usually $80 for a DLC? Do I look like I'm made of money? I could buy a machine that turns anything into ice cream, okay? You think I have the money for this? The base version, there's no shot that the base game adds more than $10 of value to this. So let's say it's $80, the DLC is like $70. There's no way. $22? No, I would not waste $5. Damn, Outriders so bad. It was so bad. The base game is not worth, it is not worth $20. Why does Outriders look like edgy Destiny? Because that's literally why they made Outriders, to literally be an edgy Destiny. And it was just a bad edgy Destiny. It wasn't even a good edgy Destiny. There's no way that I could spend money on that. Is Apex Legends worth it? Apex Legends is free, so I would say yes. You can always say no. Say no to drugs, kids. Why are your games so expensive these days? I mean, like, I understand if we're talking about a AAA new experience being $60, like, but even half the AAA games that release now aren't worth $60 fucking dollars. Never mind 70. So dumb. I don't know, guys. Well, chat, I'm going to be wrapping up stream in a minute. If you have any last minute questions or topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to leave them in chat. I'd be happy to answer. But yeah, I will have, of course, new videos up tomorrow. 2 new videos. I have a bunch of different things to talk about. I'm definitely going to be talking about Diablo Immortal, though, again. I'm fairly confident in saying that. Sick of SJWs ruining video games? Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Inflation, yeah. Inflation. Why are games so expensive? Points to Diablo Immortal. Literally. Diablo Immortal, $500,000. Guys, I bet if we all shoved our money into one bank account, we could hit that $500,000, right? But then only one of us could get to invest it in an account. We could make a community Diablo Immortal account. It definitely seems like it's worth it. What the fuck is this? Diablo Immortal Health Potion? G Fuel made Diablo Immortal G Fuel? I've already spent my life savings on the game, never mind G Fuel for it. Go away. $40? Do I get one free crest for in-game? That does look kind of cool, though. Health potion? What flavor is this shit? Fucking burning my wallet blueberry? Like, what flavor? Literally, it's a blueberry. It's... My name works. Burning your wallet blueberry. I didn't even look at it. It's literally blueberry. You have to pay extra to open it. Actually true, though. Well, guys. With that being said, chat, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I do really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. Check out links in the description. Follow me on social media. Join our Discord. Follow me on social media. Twitter, mine's BitChute, Odyssey, Getter, Discord. Everything is linked in the description. Consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. A supporter of the channel via YouTube memberships. Thank you for the donations tonight, guys, for the support. Next stream will be on Thursday. I'm not sure what I'm going to be streaming yet. I will let you guys know. I'm not 100% certain yet. I know that either on Thursday or Saturday, I want to do a demo night, playing a bunch of demo games. If you guys have any games that are coming out soon that have demos up on, like, Steam, feel free to post them in the content suggestion tab in Discord. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up stream here. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and have a fantastic evening, everyone.